Hello everybody, Humans here. So I'm gonna read the two stories. The first story is Vote. Enjoy the video. Vote. Suppose your town is about to choose a new mayor. How will you do it? You vote. Voting is a way is to choose. You can vote for favorite books, movie stars, candy bars, or even puppies. I'm Chrissy. Candidate for mayor, I hope you vote for me. When I was a puppy at the dog pound, the Smiths came along looking for a puppy. They couldn't decide between me and a poodle, so they voted. I vote for the mutt. Not the poodle, vote for the poodle, Angela. Mutt! If someone wants to be elected mayor, he needs convince as many people as possible to vote for her. So if Chris gets the most votes, she will be mayor. What does the mayor do? The may the mayor is the leader of the city. Let's go help Chris find some votes. You have my vote. I'm going to vote for Brown. Well, you can't vote for Brown. Sparky, stop that. This country is a democracy. That means people have a right to vote for whoever they want. Many people just don't vote. Why not? Maybe they think their vote is like a little drop of water in an enormous ocean. Their vote is only one out of many, many votes. But sometimes the winner of an election is decided by just a few votes. Vote for Chris Smith. Vote for Bill Brown. If people don't vote, they're letting everyone else decide for them. Well, I wish I could vote, but kids can't vote until they're 18. Who decided who could vote? When this country began, the founding fathers wrote a constitution. It said how we would govern ourselves. It said people should vote, but I didn't say who could vote. That was left to each state to decide, and that was a problem. The condition doesn't say women can vote. It doesn't say only men can vote either. Women just don't understand these things. I don't own land, but I have a right to vote. The Constitution doesn't say black people can't vote. Angry people protested. They wrote letters. They held rallies and made speeches. They marched, were arrested, and went on hunger strikes. Some were killed trying to claim their right to vote, but it took many years for amendments to the Constitution and several new laws before all citizens 18 years or older were allowed to vote. It took almost 80 years for black men to win the right to vote. It was 130 years before a woman could vote. If you want to vote, you need to register. Where? Or your town office, or you can download a registration from the internet. From the internet, or you might even find a booth set up a shopping mall or at a political rally. Do you want to join a political party? You've probably heard of the Democrats and the Republicans, but you could join the Green Party, the Libertarians, the America First Party, or the Progressives to name just a few. Or you could be independent and not join any party at all. You don't have to join a party. Why doesn't she want to go on a party? To a party? It's not a birthday party. It's a political party. Political parties are like clubs for voters who share similar ideas. Ideas about what? About government, schools, healthcare, environments, stadiums. Is there a party that thinks that should vote? Before you vote, you need to find out about the different candidates. How? Read newspapers, watch TV news, listen to the radio, or surf the internet. Do you agree with their others? How do we know with their ideas? How do we know if Chris will be a good mayor? She lets us sleep on the couch. That's important. You might have a chance to hear the candidate debate. You might even be able to ask questions. We need new schools. Classes are being held in halls. There you go again, spending our money. Ding! Before an election, everyone tries to guess who will win. Pollsters ask some of the voters what they planning to vote for. Then they estimate who will be the winner. But voters can't change their minds. Someone just called to ask who I'm voting for. And you said, maybe Brown. What? But Smith is so much better. That pollster should have asked me. How can you help your candidate win? You can volunteer to answer phones, call voters, address envelopes, or hand out flyers. Campaigns need lots of help, and they need lots of money to help pay for the votes, computer stamps, flyers, and bumper stickers, and most of all, ads and more ads. Where will they find the money? Do you need help? We sure do. We have to mail 14,000 letters by tonight. What do the letters say? Please vote for Chris Smith and please donate much money. We're hoping you vote for Chris Smith. You might want to donate a few dollars to your favorite candidate campaign. Or maybe you'll be invited for a fundraising dinner. Would you like to pay $250 for a fancy hamburger and a chance to meet the candidate? If you donate lots of money, maybe the candidate will listen to you more than to other voters. Is that fair? Does that mean your vote will count more than others' voters' votes? There will be a lot of disagreement about this. By the last week of the campaign, everyone is tired, but the candidates make more speeches. They shake more hands and say we want more and more ads. Maybe, just maybe, they will convince another few voters to vote for them. See, we keep hearing Smith wants to spend all our money. That worries me. That's an ad for Brown. He's trying to worry us. Chris Smith wants to spend your money. Save your dollars. Voter Bill Brown, a nice guy, honest, reliable, honest. That ad isn't honest. Brown makes sense to me. I'm worried. Lots of these signs are for Brown. It's going to be a close election. Finally, it's election day. Some of these ads can be very misleading. Most voters are assigned a particular place to vote: a school, a library, a church basement, whenever there is space for voting booths. What if you are away on voting day? You can get an absentee ballot in advance. Some places let people vote by mail on the internet. A few places set up voting machines early. But however you vote, you get just one vote. You can't go back and vote again. Why do they have to sign in? To check if they registered and to make sure they vote only once. Please sign in. Please sign here. Your name. Dad, are you voting for mom? He better vote for me. In more places, people use voting machines. Many cities and towns are replacing old machines with new electronic ones. But in very small towns, voters still mark paper ballots with a pencil. However you do it, you vote in a private booth. No one can see how you vote. There's lots to vote for. The mayor and city council and a question. Should dogs be on leashes in public places? I finally decided, but don't ask. Votes are secret. He voted for Brown, you peep! When the voting ends, the counting begins. Who will win? Stay close to your TV or radio to find out. Usually a few hours after the polls close, the winner is announced. Polls close. The winner is announced. Looks like Brown is winning. Oh no, but there are still lots more votes to count. And the winner is my mom! Congratulations, Madam Mayor. I'll be Mayor Dog. We won! But wait, what if the election is won by only a few votes? The candidates who lost can ask that the votes be counted again. Then it could take a few days or longer to carefully recount the ballots and find out who really won. Uh-oh, Brown wants to recount our total. What's wrong? I won by just 105 votes out of 35,000. That's why Bill Brown wants to recount. Do you think Chris will lose? She might. At last, the election is decided. In the end, someone does win and someone does lose. The votes have been recounted. Bill Brown was correct. Mistakes were made. Smith actually had 203 votes, more than Brown. Almost half the voters don't want Chris to be mayor. Look at the bright side. Slightly more than half do want her. Brown lost. I guess we won't get a new stadium, but we might build new schools. I'm going to write a letter to Chris Smith and tell her why this town needs a stadium. She needs to listen to all the votes. You aren't happy. You wish the other candidate had won. Well, remember, the mayor works for everyone, even the people who didn't vote for her. She needs to listen to all the votes. After she is sworn in, the new mayor will have a few years to do her new job. What are they doing? Chris is being sworn in as mayor. I promise to do my best. She wants to please all the people all the time, but if she does a good job, maybe the voters will elect her again. I wonder if I'll be sworn in as Mayor Dog. Who says you got to be Mayor Dog? What about me? Okay, go to the second one. If I finish, I will say something. So make sure you keep watching. A plan for the people. The United States government started with a plan. Our country's leaders wrote the plan more than 200 years ago. The plan is called the Constitution. All of our laws come from the Constitution. The Constitution is the highest law in our country. A new government in 1787, the United States was a new nation of 13 states. The nation's first plan for government had problems. Its leaders decided to meet to talk about the new plan. 55 delegates came to the meetings. A delegate is a person who speaks for the citizens in each state. George Washington led the meetings. He was the country's first president. A summer of arguments. The meetings began on a hot day in May 1787. The delegates gathered together in the Philadelphia State House. They closed the windows because the meeting was secret. It was hot in the State House. When they opened the windows to pull up, bugs flew in. The delegates argued all summers in the hot, buggy rooms. Making a new clever government was not easy or fun. Some delegates wanted one person to run the new government. Others thought a group should be in charge. They all agreed on one thing. A group should make laws for the country, but they disagreed on how to pick these leaders. The famous inventor and statesman Benjamin Franklin attended the meetings. He wondered how the group could ever make any decisions. Ben Franklin worried that the delegates would never agree. Okay, you can go next. Making a plan. The delegates wrote their plan and called it the United States Constitution. The Constitution was only a few pages long, but it was full of big ideas. The Constitution shows how our government works. It says that people are in charge of the government. If people vote to pick their leaders. These leaders run the government for the people. A government that's fair to all. The delegates planning the Constitution met for 4 months. They thought the Constitution was a good plan, but not all delegates signed it on September 15, 1787. Some of them wanted to make sure the government protected people rights too. A right is something that you are allowed to have or do. In 1791, Congress changed the Constitution to protect the rights of American citizens. One right allows people to speak freely. These changes were called the Bill of Rights. A lot has changed since 1787. Our country is a lot bigger. There are 50 states now. The Constitution has been changed many times too, but one thing has not changed. The Constitution is still the plan for our government. Rights for children. In 1959, many countries signed a Declaration of the Rights of the Child. Here are some of those rights. Children should grow up free. Children should get an education. Children should have the chance to play. What other rights should children have? This chart shows one-class ideas. Each student voted. What rights should children have? Be safe from police, own a pet, play safety, go to school. Number of votes. Thanks for watching. Click on the like and subscribe button. Goodbye everybody, and I see you in the next video.